This is Andy and Kav from Blitz Vega, and you're listening to Music News.
Andy Rourke and Kav, Blitz Vega. Great to see you. How are you feeling today?
Yeah, good.
You're here to play your first show at this Red Stripe Presents This Feeling. Looking forward to the show?
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Definitely, yeah. It'll be good to get up and play finally. Get up on a normal stage and actually play in front of a few people.
Our first show ever.
Yeah, incredible. I feel quite proud. I mean, I'm excited for you, to be honest. And Hey Christo's the first sort of single, first song that we've heard.
Yeah.
What is the rest of the music we're going to be hearing? Similar sort of vein? Or?
I would say so, yeah. It's very kind of
Up-tempo,
action-packed. There's not many. There's only a couple of kind of down-tempo songs, and down-tempo not in a bad way. That's not terrible down-tempo.
Yeah,
there's one kind of ballad, I would say.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
But most of them are kind of driving.
Yeah. Hey Christo, what's it all about?
Hey Christo, it's based on a guy called Christo who's
a real life guy.
Who lives up in Northern California, and he goes around collecting evidence on UFOs, and it's like a combination of sort of where we are right now and all the crazy stuff that's happening. And is Christo really that crazy when he's kind of looked at as a bit of a lunatic, but is he really that mad with everything that's going on right now? And kind of that's it really. The guy goes around collecting great footage and evidence on
UFO sightings.
just a normal song really.
Yeah.
So
Do you think believe in the UFO phenomenon yourselves?
I don't rule anything out. I don't think you can be that narrow-minded to say that. That sounds rude to anybody who thinks that, but I can't say one way or the other. I'm just open to. I guess we're open to whatever. You can't really sort of
just open.
We're just open. We're always open for business. 24 hours a day.
Yeah. How did this project come about then?
We met. I first met Kav when he was like 17 or something. Manny dragged me along to one of his shows here in London, wasn't it?
In your hometown of Manchester.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm always doing that. Manchester. No, London. No, but yeah. Oh. It's funny because I'm always saying, remember when we first met? So he's like, no, yeah, I do, of course I do, and then he says London instead of Manchester, but that's fine, that's all right.
Anyway,
but long-standing friendship.
Anyway, but fast forward
a few years, I was playing Coachella, Andy was DJing, and I bumped into him afterwards after the show, and we'd both moved to. Well, he'd just moved to the States, and I was moving to the States, so that's kind of how it really started, and we started spending a lot more time together around that time, and especially over the last, Brits abroad, and then especially over the last couple of years. And he was coming over to LA. He played one of my nights. I had this night in downtown LA, and he came over to DJ, and we just started talking about the idea of starting a band together and playing together. And when we did go into the studio, it was just really natural and just a really enjoyable experience. And so that's kind of, we were just taking everything stage by stage, and then suddenly it's become a lot more serious than just going into a studio and recording a couple of songs, pretty much an album under our belts, and a lot of songs that we've been recording over the last couple of years. So now it's all kind of moving forward. So
is an album actually ready, or?
Pretty much, yeah. It's there. We've got a lot of songs for it. We've got more than enough songs recorded for a 10-song album, which is what we decided on. So that's something we will be releasing probably early next year, but we've just done Abbey Road. So we did a live EP at Abbey Road, so we'll be releasing that first.
And that was just the other day?
That was just the other day, yeah. So we'll be releasing that first, dropping a couple of songs from there.
Abbey Road in Manchester.
Singles. Abbey Road in Manchester, in Leicester, wasn't it? No, in Leicester. But So and we'll be releasing that first, and we're working on a kind of documentary type of music film that we're doing as well.
Yeah, was that filmed purely at Abbey Road, or has it been following you around?
Started at Abbey Road, and they're going to follow us around into our first 2 American shows. So New York on June the 10th at
Mercury
Lounge, which is just down the road from Andy, and then the Roxy Theatre on the 12th of June in LA. So which is great for us, because in a weird way, they'll feel like hometown shows, because it's where we've been spending most of our time. So it's where we've been recording, and pretty much that's where we've been really recently. So so we're looking forward to that.
Been a busy few weeks, hasn't it?
Yeah. So they'll be following us to that, to those shows, and the build up, and then I guess we'll see where we are with it at that point, and see what happens. But
excellent. I mean, what is it about life in America then that attracts you both so much?
I just think personally, I needed a change. I was just feeling a bit stagnant in Manchester. I just needed a change. And I just felt very spontaneous at some point, and just literally packed up a suitcase and left. And then I think most of my stuff from Manchester is still in storage there. I just kind of started a new life in New York.
It's the same for me, kind of, really. I mean, I was living in Camden, and then I just packed up and went to LA, and it's a bit of a bubble. It's a great place to be for a musician, to just play shows and just,
I mean, you're in New York, you're in LA. Where's the better, sort of more vibrant music scene?
Well, he's a New Yorker and I'm a Californian, really. So
I don't think there's a competition.
No, we love them both.
Yeah,
we love them both. So we're in love with all cities. Love London. Love. It's just where you are in your life, I guess.
And how does the songwriting work between you?
I usually travel over to LA to see Kav, and we just bounce ideas back and forth.
Yeah,
Kav more than me, usually bouncing, with the ideas, and then I make kind of regular trips to LA, and then sit down and embellish on an idea.
Any long distance sort of stuff as well, as always face to face?
Always face to face. I think that's the kind of band it is, and the sound we go for. I know you can do that, but we do try to. That's another reason for recording at Abbey Road in Studio 2, using all of that vintage tech, if you want to call it that, and recording live as well. So there's no edits and stuff. We're just going in, plugging in, recording as a full band, and that's what we're going to get, and like bands did in the 60s or the 70s or whenever, and that's pretty important to us, to capture that energy, which is so difficult to do on record when you're sort of doing everything stage by stage. But recording together in the same room, we bounce off each other, and like Hey Christo was pretty much the first or second take. We were both playing at the same time, so the bass, the guitar, the backbone of the song, we didn't do it separately, we were playing together, and that's what that's what we were able to capture that, and that's the only way. You'll make mistakes and stuff, but that's fine, because that's how it should be. It's got to be natural. You can't, what's the point in taking all of that stuff out, really, unless you're.
What's the band setup then?
Well, at first it was just me and Andy with different drummers coming in and different people helping out on some extra instruments, but mainly me and Andy, keyboard player Asa, and our producer Sada, and Tom, a guitarist who's here. He was adding some bits as well. And then now that we've come to the UK, we've been rehearsing for a few weeks. So the setup's like pretty much 3 guitars, bass, drums, and keyboards, and some
modest
decks. It's a pretty big band, but that's fine. That's great. We love that.
And it's quite a small stage out there tonight as well. That's 6 people.
We're kind of
have to play like this, like Bill Wyman.
Yeah, it's pretty funny, but we'll hopefully find some space on there.
I mean, you've both played in some amazing bands. What are your sort of most cherished moments across your careers?
Cherished? It's a big word.
On a live perspective, let's say.
Live perspective.
I mean, for me, like obviously, like the Smiths did like a ton of gigs in our 5 year, in the small, 5 years that we lived, that we survived. So those were special moments. I did some great gigs touring with Sinead O'Connor. Did a couple of gigs with Dolores with the DARK project. What else? I think that's
So
enough.
many moments.
Yeah,
So many. Yeah. I mean, for me, I suppose Coachella was a big moment for me with the Mondays because I ended up in California soon after that, so it introduced me to a whole new world and life that I wasn't really thinking about at the time, but that performance was pretty special for me. And Fuji Rock a couple of times, that was again with the same band. And then with my solo stuff, I did a lot of the West Coast gigs, LA shows that I've been playing over the years. All of them have been pretty special. Brixton Academy with Sabian, that was pretty special as well. There's a lot of moments, there's a lot of gigs. We've played a lot of gigs. So,
are you thinking of coming back for festivals at all in the UK next year?
Really want to. Hopefully next year. Yeah, we really want to do that, and that's something that's really important to us.
It's too premature for this year, obviously, but definitely next year.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thanks a lot for your time. I'm really looking forward to tonight. It's been amazing. Anything else to say to Music News watchers out there?
Just thank you very much, and give us a blast. That's it.
Excellent. Thank you very much indeed. Cheers.
Thank you.